and we're on to Alpha 1.0.4. I think I missed a couple, but I was able to get things. So this here is a wood and stone stair. If you put a block on top of a stair, they turn into a block for some reason. And if you break a stair, regardless of if it looks like this, it still turns into a block. And so this was everything I was able to get for the current version. No luck getting a golden apple. I did find, I want to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total spawners. No luck finding an apple though. No clue what the chance of getting it is. A golden apple, that is. I don't think there are regular apples. I was able to find some more mushrooms, but still not enough to close this off. I did actually get enough gold for a stack of gold blocks, but not enough for a stack of diamond blocks. So hopefully by the time the end of Alpha rolls around, I'll be able to accomplish that. Still nighttime, but it should be coming to day soon. I had to go further out. I went that way to find chunks that contain redstone and spawners. I think some people call it red rock. Not sure what's the preferred terminology. Nothing really changed over in this part. Decent amount of mining. I did manage to get 5 stacks of diamonds, but missing the 4 to make the diamond blocks. As you can see, I pretty much ran out of gold to make those gold blocks. I did get a ton of this red rock, redstone, and a decent amount of iron at this point. This is me after making a pyramid. So I just came over here and then made a tunnel down. I'm gonna walk through it because I'm gonna ride the minecart the fast way first. Had to go pretty far to get to areas where the new items started to generate. It also had higher ore spawn rates, which was very nice. So I was able to get more diamond and more gold per strip mine. It's pretty far out this way. I had made a nice, pretty tunnel, thinking that you could just go at full speed down and then it would just keep that speed to get me all the way over. Hadn't really tested the minecarts enough to really find out how that was going to work. So I made a nice tunnel. If something happens with minecarts that let me propel it further, then I'll be better off. And I can actually use that tunnel. But for now, I just have to take small steps, and that'll actually get me all the way over here. And I'll walk through this tunnel at the end, just kind of sped up like that truck was, to show off the pretty tunnel I made. And so this is the only building out in this area right now. I just wanted to have a little safe minecart end, store extra minecarts here. And so we pop out this side, and this is all new terrain, new blocks, new chunks, whatever you want to call it. And so I went ahead and decided I wanted to make statues. I'd seen a couple other people make statues, but I thought it made sense to tie them to the spawner locations. There's an extra spawner right there. Didn't really feel the need for another, what would be a skeleton. I actually modeled it based off of what they look like. I was able to track them from the spawners and take a look at their pixels. Spider was very difficult, but we'll get over there. The skeleton doesn't hold any kind of bow, even though he fires arrows at me, so I don't know what that's about. And so I just have a little drop chute and a ladder. Come in here, and each one have their own little theme. This one's kind of just an underground. There's a house and a farm to go with it, and I could actually harvest this and make some extra bread if I needed. Took a long time to get these darn trees to generate in a way, just kind of growing them here and shaving them off until I was able to get this shape. Same thing with this whole ceiling. And so the zombies spawn. They'll kind of go into a little tube here, flow up. Their head will touch the lava, and then they'll die. Pretty simple. I just kind of dropped them down. Didn't really know what the best way to go about this is, but I just settled on this size room. And they'll just... Oh, and this is a little note. To actually grow trees, they need 5 by 5 by 6 tall area to spawn. And you can have torches, I think, at the ground level, but nothing higher than that. And so I was fighting that the entire time to get this all to fit. Not sure how much I'll speed up some of these because things are kind of far apart. They don't spawn all that close. And there's not a whole lot to look at in between, so it might be sped up here and there to try and make things go a bit quicker. I think ultimately I want to make kind of a town with a big wall that these giant statues are kind of invading. And so this one was supposed to be more of a spaceship and planets kind of theme. Which I think I did okay with. Took a long time to get enough obsidian now. I wasn't mining it, I was just using buckets and water. But it still took quite a while. And so same thing, the skeleton spawn, they'll kind of come down, come around, and get their head in the lava and hopefully drop without destroying their items. And so, same thing. This one's a little bit different, but pretty much same thing. Sort of spaceship feel. And so that just leaves the spider. Let's see if I can't get a better front angle on this. To my knowledge, these are the only 3 that are in the game. Didn't really have any kind of good examples to go off of this one, so just kind of trapped the spider and looked at it in paint and tried to get some pixelation ideas. And this one's actually pretty close to the surface, so a staircase was good enough. And so it's more or less the same concept with how they die. It's their head kind of getting into the lava, but they aren't able to actually go into the lava. They spawn and then they kind of rush against the lava. Seems like the spiders are bigger than a block, so they don't actually go into the lava itself because it's only 1 wide. But they still count as touching the lava and get hurt, and so it still kills them. Took a while to figure out something that worked that killed them decently quick, but also wasn't just constantly deleting any string that was dropped. See, we can't see. Spider actually spawn and drop their string. And they can't actually see me through the glass, it seems. Which makes sense. And there we go. They actually usually spawn pretty quick like that, where when one dies, the next one spawns. Kind of see a little bit underneath here. And I don't think there's anywhere where the string gets stuck. I think I got it. It took a few tries to get it to actually work, but I think it's all happy now. And so I'll just come back over to the mining hut and give you a small peek at how much strip mining I've done since the last video, since I got to these new chunks. So as you can see how I decided to do this little tunnel here. Lava and signs on the sides. Just kind of a do not enter, just kind of visual fun. And so the strips usually, this side goes 32 that way and 24 this way. Seem like around 24 torches length, spaced at around 8 away from each other, is how far before I start to hit the old chunks. And that chunk, this strip mine goes not super far. It's rendered the end of the tunnel now. You can kind of see it, kind of can't. Pretty far back. And so, real quick, just gonna zoom through this tunnel hopefully. I would love to see a way of getting these golden apples. I don't know if I'll be able to actually get one or not for my museum collection. I'll continue to collect things as they get added. I think I'm a couple versions behind, it seems like. So I think next version will be Alpha 1.0.11. And it seems like they've added a decent number of things. I'm a bit behind here. I've been in this version for a while. And this should get a pretty good idea of just how far away I had to go before I started to hit Red Rock. You'll notice at the end of this tunnel here, it's a little more barren in terms of the ores. I tried to leave any exposed ores that were in the walls as I dug through walls and ceiling and floor. Not a whole lot back at these older portions. Took a long time to dig all this out. Not quite sure what I would like to tackle next in the next version, but depends on what they add. And I would love to get enough materials, but we'll see how that goes. See ya.